All right, hello and welcome to this very first playthrough of Hi-Fi Rush. Last time we played through track 11, the needle drop, and now we're going to play through track 12. We did it. We're here, the final track. Let's go. I'm ready. This has been a fun game, especially the second half. Like, it's picked up a little bit. The day-to-day in the level is a little bit slow in the levels when you're just kind of walking around. It's a little slow, but it's definitely picked up in the latter half.
Nowhere to run, Kale.
Gotta admit, you're really well together.
You're not going through with this.
You know how you get to the top? Having vision. Something all of you lack.
Enough, Kale. Can't stop all this.
Oh, really? You've had a few hits, but I think it's time we break up the band.
Damn it, Kale!
How about it, Chai? Come on my side. I can make you a real rock star. World famous.
You know what? I'm good.
You know what? Doesn't matter. We both know who's the target user of Spectra.
Oh shit, okay.
Another pawn. And this one should fare me better.
I'm proud to be a member of the Vandalay family.
I would never say that. Well, that's the point. I'm controlling you.
Yes, 808!
Is this a joke? You think I can't deal with a cat?
Oh shit, okay.
What do you think you can do? Don't give up, 808. Stupid machine. This'll stop you.
Don't give up, 808! You can do this!
Damn it.
Get out, Chai!
Still call it a comeback.
Pain in the ass. You know what? Let's take this outside. See what I am capable of? Don't forget, you're just a go-time.
Here with it.
Got this! You got your luck.
I'll never...
I needed that bad. I almost died. That was really close.
You should see what this body is capable of.
I'm good. I'm not interested in your body.
Put your pathetic Armstrong tech to shame.
We'll see about that.
Oh yeah, we will.
Stay back, Ty. Let me have the ladder. I can break that lens for you, Ty. Just no finish it. Show Kale who's in charge.
Don't let him touch me.
Let's down, Ty.
Get him, Macaron. No problem. God, let me break those shoes.
I already did like 5 times, man. You failed.
Might want to stand back.
Shit. He's gonna kill me.
Now see if you can destroy them.
Oof, needed that. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I panicked.
It's over, Kale.
On my side, you could have been something, Chai.
Been something. Been trying to just throw me away like garbage since the beginning of the game. I mean, I could have been something. Alright, let's see what this shit is.
Too bad your little adventure ends here.
Alright, that looks like a checkpoint, so that's good.
Not even you can stop this.
Oh, fuck.
Get for siding with losers.
Oh, fuck off. Alright, we got this guy. We probably hit a checkpoint right then, so that was the best time to die. Yeah.
Adventure ends here.
Peppermint. Your turn.
Try this out.
Little loser. Not even you can stop this. Let's finish this.
Oh, I didn't know if I was going to be able to hit him, and it did. How do I get away from that? Shit. Oof, needed that. Oh, fuck!
You out of the way now, no. Stop.
Oh, shut up, Kale. Shut up. I'm tired of your lip. I got this. I just need to parry, like, literally ever. Garbage that in this game.
See what I am capable of?
Wait, why? Parry literally ever, Nick. Okay, I'm doing worse this time.
Not even you can stop this.
Guys, we can do this. Kale, you've gone too far. Curate.
500 beat attacks. Let's go. Fuck me.
You out of the way.
I almost had him. I almost had him. I almost had him. I almost had him. You know what I'm realizing just now is I can parry and call in friends at the same time. If I hit the buttons at the same time, they don't interrupt each other.
It's over, Kale.
I believe that's technically true with attacking too, but that's harder to do with a single thumb.
Sure ends here.
Alright, I got this time. Oh, I can parry those? Ah, fuck you. Oh no. Oh, I was so close. You bastard. I got this guy. I think it's probably... He might have a form after this, actually.
It's over, Kale.
I've almost got him. I've almost got him. Oh, I can parry those? Oh, dude, I'm doing terrible. That was really bad. That was a huge regression. No, I don't want auto whatever. I got this. I almost had him that last time.
Adventure ends here.
Your turn, Peppermint. Kale, you've gone too far. You got this, Max. Just give it off. Here we go. Here we go.
Got this.
Oh, I see. It has a rhythm to it.
Not even you can stop this.
God damn it.
Back off. Little loser.
Oh, I can do this. Now I'm starting to see the rhythms in the parries. Most of the attacks have the same rhythms over and over. I wasn't even paying attention to that until that last time. And I did a shitload of damage just by parrying. I really ought to stop trying to attack and just parry. Just use Corsica, maybe? Yeah. Oh, fuck you.
Get for siding with losers.
Is this the best fight in the game? No, because of the mimosa fight. But is it the hardest one? Yeah, probably.
It's over, Kale.
On my censure ends here. God fist.
Oh, this is going really well.
See what I am capable of?
Okay, we destroyed him that time. Yeah. Did I get him? I think I did, yeah. Okay, good.
This company enough.
Come on, Corsica. Look up to you. Cover me.
Oh, I missed the last one.
And this is game over. Enough's enough. Give us the password.
You're just a bunch of losers.
Maybe so. But together, we're unstoppable.
Chai!
Was it turned into a real guitar? It sure did. That doesn't make a ton of sense.
This is just too much work.
Is that it?
I think so.
It feels like they set it up for a sequel because he didn't look like he died. Is there a timed escape at the end, Resident Evil style?
It's over. This is just a bunch of scrap metal now.
I was worried there for a second. But I knew you could do it.
Look who's here.
I'll assume by the damage done that Mr. Chai was involved.
We'll get you fixed in no time, mate.
Got some real shades.
It's done.
You did it, Chai.
We did it.
I apologize for putting you through all this.
Nothing we couldn't handle, Miss Van Blake.
I won't make the same mistakes again. If possible, I'd like to make it up. It would be an honor to work for the company. The real Vandalay that I admired.
And we will welcome you with open arms. Oh, Macaron. After all these years, it's so good to see you at my side again.
We should have done something sooner. Things went right, Roxanne.
You made it right. That's what matters. And our team needs you back leading development.
Got a new partner, too.
While it might not look it, I had quite a fun adventure coming to meet you.
Do I get a job? Can I have a job?
This time, Mom. I understand what you always wanted for me. And the company.
Peppermint, you need to do things your own way. Never change who you are.
She sounds Indian. Is she South Asian?
I think we have a lot of catching up to do.
I'd like that a lot.
Ah, Chai.
I'd love to help, but don't quite think I, fit a job description. So maybe I should see myself out.
Chai, I think you know yourself. That you are special. Making the most of what was handed to you and making a difference. I think that's the kind of attitude we need here right now. And Project Armstrong needs an ambassador. Leader, a real rock star. Are you interested?
What's the pay? Sounds good. Take anything that's 6 figures or higher. I might be underselling myself, but I'll take it anyway. Alright, that's credits. We did it. We did it. We did it. A Swan song? Interesting. We're gonna wait until the... Is that it? No. It's gonna be spoilers littered throughout the credits. So we'll have to get creative when it comes to the final thoughts video that I make. We'll figure it out. We may have to... I'm not going to edit around all this shit. That would take forever, but... There might be a point where it's like the credits actually start to roll, you know? Is that it? I doubt it. Nah. Are they gonna be a thing? I guess they're just not gonna address that. There was definitely something between Peppermint and Chai. Stupid names. It's like, well, I'm not going to get into any thoughts until I know it's safe. Are we safe? Is that it? There's no way that's it. Yeah. You haven't fixed Cinnamon yet?
So, you're actually gonna learn how to play guitar.
Yeah, gotta practice. Need a backup job, just in case this doesn't work out.
There we go. There's the credits. All right. Great, we did it. First things first, the bottom center of the screen says that we've beaten 115 games in 2023 and 437 since we started doing this in 2020. Those numbers are now false. We've now beaten 116 games in 2023 and 438 since we started doing this in 2020. Let's go. All right, so highlights off the bat, like some things that really jump out as exceptionally good in this game. The animation style is second to none when it comes to this kind. Like if you're thinking like games that try to look like hand-drawn 2D animation, it's hard to think of anything that might top this. Cuphead comes to mind, but this is harder than Cuphead, it seems to me. It's got that Into the Spider-Verse, like, slower frame per second look to it that really pops with this animation style, and they nailed it. They nailed the animation style. It looks real good, and it doesn't look like, most of the time, it doesn't look like a video game. It looks like you're playing a cartoon, which is probably pretty hard to pull off. So good job on that. They did really excellent on that. The next thing that comes to mind is the story. The story is... I was more invested in these characters than I am most characters in any video game. They're well-written, well-voiced. Their motivations are all very interesting and understandable. I mean, as is true with many video games, the protagonist is probably the least interesting character. But I think that's intentional. The other characters are all really great, and I was really interested to see where their story was going to go, and it resolved in a way that was pretty satisfying. The music is, there's been a lot of games lately that have done like it's not just a rhythm game like Guitar Hero, but we're going to incorporate a rhythm element, heavy rhythm element into things like combat, BPM, Metal Hellsinger, there's been a lot of those lately, and the only reason I won't say it's the best at it is because BPM exists, and that's one of probably my favorite rhythm game. But outside of that, it does a really great job of making that work, and which is a tall order with the combat. And there are some parts where the seams show a little bit it makes some of the combat a little awkward since everything kind of has to happen on the beat. It makes me kind of feel like sometimes like there's a lag almost, because when you hit the button, if you're swinging a guitar and swinging a weapon and you don't hit it on the beat, it waits until the beat to do it. So it doesn't feel like I'm totally in control but all the time, but I don't know how to avoid that with this kind of template, and they did a really good job overall with the rhythm elements. And then, of course, just the track list. The music is really good. I won't spoil it in this part of the video, but there's a boss fight about midway through the game that has one of my favorite artists of all time in it, and just instantly that became my favorite boss fight. And so there were several cool moments like that. There's, if you're into 2000s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s music, rock music, I mean, you'll recognize some of the songs. And they're in really cool moments, like boss fights and cool cutscenes and that kind of thing. So I thought that was handled really well. I think that's it as far as like the big highlights of what I really liked the most. We've talked a little bit about the combat. I think the combat was mostly good. There were some moments that like I said, I kind of struggled with the timing. That's really as much a me problem as anything else. It's inherent, it's baked into this formula that not everything's going to happen right when you push the button, because everything happens on the rhythm, and that's a little frustrating at times, but it's part of the formula. It's not like that's not working as intended, right? I think my biggest problem with the game was that there were some it's basically, this game is an action platformer. That's what it is at its core. So honestly, outside of the rhythm element, the games that this reminded me the most of were games like Ratchet and Clank, Crash Bandicoot, games with a lot of platforming. It wasn't nearly as brutally difficult as those games, but that's what it reminded me of. More, I guess, Ratchet and Clank more than anything else, because there's a lot of combat as you're doing the platforming, but that's what it reminded me of, and I thought that it did an okay job with the platforming, but there were long stretches, especially earlier in the game, when all you're doing is walking through hallways, just breaking boxes. That happened a lot. When you're just like, all right, I'm just gonna walk I'm not really jumping, I'm not doing any real platforming. There's also no combat. It felt like they were padding the length of the game a little bit. My thought was, if you're gonna have these long hallways where I'm just walking through and nothing's happening, throw some enemies in there. You know, what are we doing? You just want me to walk through hallways? So that was my biggest complaint, was that the game was pretty slow in some parts, especially in the first half. The pacing was a little weird, and I didn't always love it. I felt bored at times because, yeah, breaking boxes for gears and loot and whatever, like craftables and resources and yada yada, it's not the worst time in the world, but throw some enemies in there or something, you know? It felt like there were long stretches of that, especially early, so if I were to give advice, like if they were doing a focus group and I was playing this game, I would say throw some enemies in those parts. Just jazz it up a little bit, you know? It felt a little boring, some of those parts. And then you get back into the platforming and it would be fine again. It would be fun, or there'd be a combat section. It would be fine. But I think they were a little constricted by the format. The way that the combat works in this game, you're walking down a hallway and then suddenly you're in an open area. The combat music starts, you see the enemies, they pop out, and then your meters go up where it's got your S, A, B, C ranking, and your rhythm stuff all shows up, and it's like, okay, now we're in combat. Let's do all the combat stuff. And then when you're done, when you kill all the enemies, and it's like, here's your grade, an A, kind of like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta, those kinds of games kind of did that kind of thing. But because they had it in that format, I guess they decided, well, we don't want there to be any enemies outside of that format. So there would be all these hallways that maybe they originally built to have enemies in them, but they're like, oh, we can't put enemies in there because we don't want to do that whole format. We don't want to have one of those sequences in this hallway. So what, man? Just throw an enemy in there. Throw some enemies in there. It would have been a lot less boring, those parts. So I think at its core, I think that the issue is that they constricted themselves a little too much with that formula, that I guess they felt like they couldn't put enemies anywhere else, and as a result, I thought that the game got a little bit more boring in those sections where you're just walking to get from one point to another, one point of interest to another. And they put some boxes in there to give you something to do, but at the end of the day, that's not that exciting, right? So that's my number one complaint by far. I thought it dragged a little bit, especially early. They were able to get around that a lot easier at the end because there was more platforming, you had more abilities, there was more to do, there was more, you had your companions, there was more to do there. So that was my biggest complaint. I think, I think I'd really be stretching if I came up with anything else. I thought I think some people probably might complain that the humor was pretty tongue-in-cheek and pretty dad-jokey at times, but that was obviously deliberate, and they leaned into that, and I thought that was great. I thought that all the writing and comedy, I out loud laughed a few times. The game's funny. The game's funny, but I could see how some people might have a problem with that. If it's not their style of sense of humor, it could get a little grating, I suppose, but I usually dig that kind of thing. Like a lot of those games that people complain about, like some of the Borderlands games and some of those other games. I'm always like, well, I thought that game was funny. So I didn't have a problem with any of that. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else particularly good or bad. I think overall this game is definitely a success. I hope they decide to make a sequel. It seemed like it was set up for a sequel. And so I would like to see where they go. And there hasn't been a game yet that I've played by Tango Game Softworks or whatever their name, Tango, that I haven't enjoyed. Of course, The Evil Within is one of my very favorite video games of all time, and of course I liked The Evil Within 2 quite a bit as well. I haven't played Ghostwire Tokyo yet, but this is a great studio. I'd like to see what they continue to do in this arena. This is an interesting left turn for them. So, yeah, overall, I really, really enjoyed it. It's not going to rank top 50 just because it doesn't have just because the only real reason is, the amount that it dragged a little bit at the beginning, yes, but mostly just because this game doesn't have my favorite things in it, like Souls-like bosses, colored. Although the bosses were good. They weren't the best, but they were pretty good. All right. That's it. I'm going to stop rambling. The credits closing is a good sign for me. Rank D. We did it, guys. Let's see. I hope there's not a post-credit scene or something, because
This is impossible. It's Spectra signals. They're
I'll have to
appearing
edit
all
this
over
out.
the Vandalay campus.
But I thought we shut it down.
Could be some sort of backup plan?
It's Kale. Wouldn't put anything past that book.
If only we had someone up to the task of checking those hotspots out.
Who are you implying?
Is this like a post-game thing?
I was implying you.
You up for another round? See what's going on?
Oh, yeah, this is like
Don't think I have much of a choice.
This is like your adventure isn't over kind of a thing, right? Yeah. Yeah, this secret doors and any part of the game from the sofa. Yeah. No, we're not going to be doing any of that. All right. Okay. So, final order of business for this game. Hi-Fi Rush, it's been a blast. I really enjoyed this game, but we are now going to delete you from our console and never play you again. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Okay, that's it for Hi-Fi Rush. If you, in case you're interested, just before we end, brief roadmap for the next few days. Today is December the 5th, 2023. That means in 2 days, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora comes out. I will be playing that at launch, so we have a little bit of time, so I'm going to try and beat Sonic CD between now and then. So we'll probably get started on that later today. And then after that, Avatar. And then after Avatar, probably Mega Man 3. And then I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to suspend my oscillating between retro and new games. And because there's still a handful of 2023 games that I want to beat before 2023 is out. So after Mega Man 3, I'm going to be playing Bramble the Mountain King. Not necessarily in this order, but maybe. Bramble the Mountain King, Chained Echoes, Wanted Dead, and then if I have time, Scars Above, Have a Nice Death, Enchanted Portals. I don't know, we'll see. As many as I can beat before December's out. It's the holidays, I'm going to be doing some traveling, so who knows how much time I'll actually have, but those are on the list of, like, if I can beat them before the year is out, that's what I'm going to do. So the only other retro games we've got this month are Sonic CD and Mega Man 3. We'll pick the retro games back up once the year is the new year, 2024 rolls around. And then by the Game Awards are day after tomorrow, so we're going to have a whole long list of new games that we're adding to the 2024. There hasn't been a lot announced yet. That's going to change very soon, I think. This probably will be a slow year for games, 2024, since 2023 was so packed. But that's okay. That gives me a chance to catch up on some things. I saw the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer last night. The initial one looks pretty hype. Kind of makes me want to play Grand Theft Auto. That is one franchise that I haven't touched yet. So one of the retro games that I would like to play soon is the very original Grand Theft Auto, and just play through those games in order. That's going to be my goal for 2024, is to beat all of the Grand Theft Auto games. I want to beat them all before 6 comes out, so we'll see. Yeah, okay, that's it. If you're still here and you watch the whole video, or even if you watch the very end, thank you. It means a lot to me. Appreciate you being here. I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day.